You guys are not going to believe what just happened. Heck, I don't believe what just happened. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I've been staying at my mom's house to help out with some issues with my grandmother's health. My mom is at work right now. I've been up since six or actually 5ish last night. I did a live stream at 6. I stay up at night and I just keep an ear on upstairs. And then my aunt is here right now. I'm waiting for her to get up so I can go to bed. And then mom will come home around noon because we've got uh, people coming in to visit with grandma. But so I'm sitting here at 6, and I've been sitting upstairs for a while watching TV, and I decided to clean out a Gatorade cooler that I own that I let my mom use to thaw the turkey in for Thanksgiving. I guess it got put away without being properly cleaned. But because I pulled that out to clean it, a bunch of stuff fell over, pushed the trash can across the room, spilled a bunch of little bottles of Gatorade. The bottles didn't open, they just scattered across the floor. So I'm in the middle of cleaning that up and the phone rings. So I pick up the phone, I say hello, and I can barely hear the guy because it's a crappy phone. It's not the phone I wanted to use, but it was the phone I could find. Because all the phones upstairs are cordless and they don't always get hung up right. Um, and there's this guy on the other end of the line, and I can barely hear him because it's a bad phone. And he starts talking to me, and it's a tech support scam. You know, that one where they tell you that they've been getting some um, messages from your computer, and I'm like, but he doesn't start off with that. He's like, he says he's from tech support and calling about the computer, and I say, who are you calling for? He goes, I'm calling for you. You are Mr. Lammy, yes? First of all, there is some credence for him mispronouncing my last name because nobody can get it right, ever. If they read it before they hear it, they will never get it right. It's just something about the name. So, okay, yeah, that sounds credible. But here's the thing, there is no Mr. Lammy at this location. I don't live here. I'm staying here. My mother, if if someone called the house looking for Mr. Lammy and they got a hold of my divorced mother, uh, I pray for their souls. In fact, if people call here and I answer the phone and they ask for Mr. Lammy, I'm like, oh, dude, you're so lucky I answered this phone. If you said that to my mother, she's divorced, and it was not a pretty divorce. A lot of emotional baggage. But here's the thing. My mother gets all of her tech support done by her job. Her computer is, I'm pretty sure that her workplace owns her computer. My computer is the only one in the house that's on. And I'm a computer guy. And I've been seeing this scam on people messing with this type of scam on YouTube for a long time now. In fact, I like watching the guy who tricks the scammer into opening his own computer on the link through a um, virtual machine. And so I'm like, he starts to telling me, he's like, we've been getting messages from your computer, and I stopped him right there and I said, dude, I'm very aware of this scam, and I don't have time to mess with you today. So, nice. I'm going to stop you right there because I'm very aware of this scam, and I don't have time to mess with you today. I hang up on him. I put the phone down, and I go back to picking up the little bottles of Gatorade. I am so disappointed. I was too stressed out at the moment to mess with this guy because I would love to mess with this guy because he probably got my name off of YouTube or something like that, or my Facebook, or heck, he might have even gotten it off of MySpace. I think I still have an account on there. Um, if it's still up, I don't know. But it's like, oh my god, really? I mean, I've heard of this scam, but I've never heard of anyone I know getting hit with it, and it was me. It's like, really? Wow. So yeah, not the best way to end a night, but you know, it's up there for me. I mean, this is. I just wish I'd been sitting down and not I'm fat. I get out of breath easily when I'm working. So if I could have just sat there and just messed with this guy for a couple of hours, that would have just I would have loved that. But I mean, I probably would have said something like, when did you get those messages? All right, because I haven't had a computer for about 3 days. But I mean, it would be like because I don't even think my name is attached to my computer at all. I mean, I could be wrong about that. There could be some programs on here that actually put my real name in, like stuff I actually paid for. Um, but yeah, I mean, most of my free software where it asks you to put in a name, I put Nunya at business. So it's like, really? But yeah, I just got hit with the tech support scam, and I mean, I wish I had a better story, but I was busy, and I just didn't have the energy at that moment to mess with the guy. But wow, that's that's wow. I mean, that's probably the I'm probably the best person in the household right now to have gotten that phone call. I mean, I think it would have confused some of the people in my house. Um, but it's like I'm probably the only one in the house that I mean, my mother may have been told about it from work or something like that because it's a high computer wise high security computer system because it does deal with medical records, and that's very very protected um, personal information that they've got a lot of security protocols um, to protect that information. Is one of the reasons why I do my live stream at 6 o'clock at night, even though a lot of people are eating dinner or just too tired to do anything. Is because that's when my mom gets done with work and I'm just getting started in the day. I get it taken care of before, because it takes me a couple hours to get it converted, compiled, and uploaded to YouTube. So it's like, I mean, but I got hit with the tech support scam, and the guy sounded like he was from tech support. I mean, it was like it's convincing because a lot of the companies who would call you for tech support do outsource to people that sound like they're from India. Um, but it's like, really? You call the one nerd in the house and try and scam him with tech support? Really? Really? But oh my god. So, if you get a phone call, this is like a little PSA for the event. if you get a phone call and they tell you that they're replying to some sort of message they got from your computer, and they're trying to get you to log on to on the internet and let them connect to your computer, don't do it. They're trying to steal your information. They're trying to, get your bank records or whatever, or your passwords, all that stuff off your computer. If you think there's any credibility to these guys, take your computer into a tech support person, like into an actual business near you, or to the tech support department of wherever you're going to school or going to work. But do not give anybody who calls you any information unless they let you look up their number from a separate source. Don't just have them give you their number and then you call them back. No. Have them tell you their name, then look, or who they're claiming to be. Then look up the number for that company on the computer and check to see if it's reliable. What's the word I'm looking for? But make sure they're a real company that does real tech support, and you'll find out 99% of the time if they're calling you, they're bullshit. So don't fall for this scam. I mean, I can't believe it's like, I can't believe they they actually got a hold of me. It's like, oh my god, I had plans on what I would do if this happened to me, and I was just too out of breath to even, think to. It's like my reflex of, just get through the bullshit and get over it kicked in, and I was like, I don't have time to fuck with this dude. Just go away. You fail. Try someone else. Oh man. But yeah. I mean, I've actually made some fake shit in my life that just, puts stuff up on your screen and locks you out of your. I mean, a lot of the stuff I've made, it could be converted into ransomware. If they put something on your computer where you can't use it anymore, and if you don't give them money, they won't turn it off. But if the one I made, if you know anything about computers, especially restart and safe mode and uninstall the damn program, and all it does is basically it blocks all your keyboard and mouse input and installs that. It's an auto hotkey script. It installs that into your startup folder, and I mean it's disguised as a hacker tool, but it just makes the hacker a tool because anybody who actually anybody who actually downloaded that program from I even forget what upload site I put it on. I called it. I said it was a tool that would change your IP address like every 30 seconds or with every message you sent out or something like that. I called it IP disguise, but all it is an all your base meme with all your. Anytime you tried to click something or type something, it would bring up another pop-up, and it would be the next line in the all your base are belong to us meme. Start doing the whole cutscene from the original game. But there's no pictures, just the text. So I was like, but really, they called the one nerd in the house that actually knew about the scam. Oh my god! I mean, I know so much about the scam. I mean, I wouldn't have to look up much to be able to do it. I mean, getting the phone numbers is probably the easiest part. You just, go through the phone book or look on the online phone book and or find someone's real name who's on the computer a lot and then look up their phone number through 15 million different services and then call them up and have them go to this web page and log into this site or open up and download this software that opens a VPN connection to the hacker and then give them all the passwords they need to get into your machine, and then they just take everything and then they go through it later. But it's like even a lot of my tech savvy friends could fall for that. It's possible. But really? Me? The biggest asshole in the bunch? I just wish I'm so disappointed I couldn't mess with the guy. I mean, biggest problem was I could barely hear him. Because that phone just, it's old, it doesn't work very well, it's cordless. And, it's just a disappointment for me because I could have kept the guy going for about 20 minutes. I mean, I even have a virtual machine on my computer that's a Windows 95 machine. I could have logged in onto the computer and just told him it was taking forever to boot up and get that. I mean, it doesn't even have It doesn't even have internet access though. So I was like, but I mean, really? Okay, well, this is getting a little long for a quick spiel on my blog, so I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna say Godspeed, farewell, and I'm leaving. Have a nice day.